strong Democrats. That's got to be wrong, right? What? I got to check my notes. Are there any strong Democrats? Yes, it turns out there is. Alan Grayson, a new congressman from Florida, Democrat, said, you know how they passed that resolution against Acorn, saying defunding it for doing fraud in the House? He's like, oh, that's cool. Here's what you might not have noticed. We said any organization that does fraud or that has defrauded the government in any way, shape, or form. And he inserted into the legislative history, which is important for if these bills ever get taken to court, they look at the legislative history, the judges do, to discern the intent of the lawmakers. And he inserted into the legislative history and got it backed up by Republicans. He got them on the record to say any organization that defrauds the government, including corporations, including military contractors. So you know who's defrauded the government, and it's on the record, and they've already had to pay millions of dollars of fines in it? KBR, former subsidiary of Halliburton. They've defrauded the government over and over again. And so what this bill does, it's already passed the House, is say that you can no longer work with the federal government. It is what Grayson calls a corporate death penalty on contractors that defraud the United States government. Could it apply to Blackwater? Just go down the list of contractors in Iraq, and you're going to knock out, I don't want to give you a number here, but my guess would be 50 to 80% of them, okay? Because they do it on a regular basis because there are no repercussions. They defraud the government for tens of millions, sometimes hundreds of millions of dollars, and then when they get caught, they pay a small penalty, 10 million, 20 million, but they already made $200 million off of it. So they go, oh, slap on the wrist, who cares? And they continue to get contracts. Well, now if this bill passes, great. You want to defund Acorn? Well, we're not going to keep letting these private contractors rip off the United States government and keep doing fraud upon the American people over and over and stealing our money. I love it. That's strong. And and the reason that some of the Republicans have gone along with it is because it's, as I think it was Darrell Issa who said, Republican from California, it's inarguable. What are you going to do? Take the position of, yes, I'm in favor of contractors ripping off the U.S. government. Oh, yeah, they should take millions from us and there should be no repercussions. So now they're on the record. Let's see how it affects policy going forward.